These are the 20 craziest goal line saves in NHL history. And first, Mike Smith saved the game overtime with 2 insane denials.
Down with a shot, Smith, the big time, came down, they score! It has to be all the way over the line.
But at number 19, Pecorine had a crazier save, because he dove with surgical timing.
Oduya sends it down.
Oh my stars! Save by
Rene panicked for that one. But at number 18, Dominik Hasek kept it laid back. I mean, he literally blocked a shot with his back.
Lume again, Lume, ready to go, Priest. Oh! Ure throws his arms up, he cannot believe it.
Now, number 17 was just wild, because even though Henrik Lundqvist left an open net, he still wasn't out of reach.
That's a strange bounce off the board. What a stop by Henrik Lundqvist.
You have got to be kidding me.
He laid all the way out. But at number 16, Fred Brathwaite took it to the next level, because when the puck was at the goal line, he stretched like his life depended on it.
Wing the shot! Brathwaite, rebound, scored! How did that not go in?
You believe that? A magician.
He used all that length. And at number 15, so did Carey Price. See, the biscuit got past him, and Price broke the matrix.
Are you kidding? This is unbelievable.
Now, at number 14, Marc-Andre Fleury had a crazy robbery, because he snatched one out of the air.
Now it comes bouncing past Henrique with a shot, and Fleury with a diving maneuver to knock it out of midair as it looked like it was floating back towards the net.
Fleury's skill is crazy. But at number 13, Kari Lehtinen had a closer call. See, he snatched a dangling biscuit from behind his back.
Cutting away from Nystrom, shooting, he scored! No! He did it! No, he did not! Kari Lehtinen!
He fooled the whole stadium. But number 12 was mind-bending, because Dominik Hasek was out of control and still did the unthinkable.
Again, slam, moving in! Oh, what a save, Hasek!
Now at number 11, the craziest saves happened in the biggest moments. Look, in Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals, Ed Belfour made the craziest glove stop you'll ever see.
It's in Belfour's glove, I don't believe it! How in the world did he make that save? I thought for sure it was in the back of the net.
That denial was just insane. But we've hit the top 10, and these next goal line saves were close to impossible. See, Mike Smith defied physics with his skate blade.
Isamov stopped by for the rebound, Isamov! Somehow that stayed out. Look at the skate save.
That was something out of the circus. But at number 9, the craziest stops come when the stakes are the highest. Look, in Game 7 of the 1989 playoffs, Mike Vernon had all the pressure on him when he saved the Flames this season. That moment sparked their only cup run ever, but he wasn't the one holding onto the line for dear life in a Game 7. Now, the Canucks were deep in overtime during the 1994 Stanley Cup playoffs, and with only one defenseman back with Kirk McLean, the goalie delivered a miracle.
Parayko, great save by Kirk McLean, and Jim, I think the red light came on again.
He kept their season alive all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. But at number 7, we have to talk about the save that made Jas Jaguar a playoff legend. Look, Anaheim wasn't even expected to compete with the Red Wings in the 2003 postseason. So in Jaguar's triple overtime playoff debut, he decided to make history. But that was just the start of his playoff run, because in the next round against the Minnesota Wild, he made an unreal recovery.
Here, side Denver's on it. Sam, solid up, oh, baby.
Even though the Ducks fell short in the Stanley Cup final, Jaguar walked away with the playoff MVP. But at number 6, the greatest saves come from the most unlikely hero. I mean, just imagine being 42 years old, just going about your normal day job, and then out of nowhere, you need to anchor an NHL defense. See, David Ayres had never even played professionally, and he had to face hockey monsters. But he almost never made it his big moment.
Doing a couple pro camps here and there, and the last day of one of my camps, my feet were so swollen they wouldn't fit into my skates. And then eventually went to the doctors and my blood pressure was extremely elevated and they sent me to the emergency. Next thing you know, they're telling me you need a kidney transplant.
He was extremely lucky that his mom was front and center at wanting to get tested and becoming a match and donating her kidney to him. And he knows that this would not have happened if it wasn't for her.
Can I play hockey again? Am I going to have a normal life now? What's it going to look like going forward?
He missed out on his dream, but stayed close to the game as the Toronto Maple Leafs' Zamboni driver. But even though he took care of the ice, he never thought he would ever get to enjoy it. But one night, 2 Blackhawk goalies couldn't play through the pain.
Picked out by his own man.
Boy, that's a little bit of a slow get up there by James Reimer. Mrazek, who played last night,
gets right back in.
Mrazek well out. A heavy collision, and Mrazek is down.
Sure, every Hurricanes fan is thinking, is Mrazek okay? Because the emergency goalie would have to come in the hockey game.
Only Ayers was left to hold down the line. But even Chicago's coach thought it would be over quick.
To be quite honest, I always thought it was going to turn into probably a pretty ugly show.
Now, coach wasn't even hating, because Ayers was basically an open net.
Tavares turns, he shoots, he scores. Barry with a shot, knocked out, score. Info.
And what a start here. Every player coming back, giving him a tap. Difficult position to be in.
2 goals came fast, but then Ayers kicked off the training wheels and took over.
But can't get the puck right over the line, and Ayers makes a lovely save off Zachheim's shot. Ayers with the save. Puck's up for grabs. Ayers is down, and he snaps that into his glove. And you've just got a National Hockey League victory.
8 straight saves, shutting down the other team, and he got a standing ovation.
That's a memory that I'm going to have forever. The way you guys played that third period for you, okay? Awesome. And the way you play for us.
He became the oldest goalie in NHL history to win their debut, which made him an instant legend.
For me, if I didn't have someone like my mom donating her kidney to me, I wouldn't have been able to bounce back and play that game.
And speaking of legends, so was Ron Hextall, because at number 5, one goalie carried the load against the greatest hockey team ever assembled. Look, the 1987 Edmonton Oilers were a team stacked with players, Mark Messier and Wayne Gretzky. But when they met rookie Ron Hextall in the 1987 Stanley Cup Finals, he made their lives miserable. He was balling out, but the Flyers needed more, because in Game 6, the Flyers' season was on life support. So Hextall did the unbelievable.
Came to the bench, but here's a chance for McCarley. Over for Post, marvelous save by Hextall.
Hextall was going off, so Gretzky had to admit that Hextall was his toughest opponent.
Just when you think you're going to bombard him, he comes up strong. It seems every game we start up 2-0, 3-0, and then he comes up with big saves. Hextall's probably the best goaltender I've ever played against in the NHL.
Now, even though Philly lost the series, Hextall was so legendary, he became the first to win the Conn Smythe Trophy on a losing team. But at number 4, one save finished a fairy tale comeback. See, in the 1998 playoffs, the Oilers had no hope, down 3-1 against the Colorado Avalanche. But Edmonton pulled out of Game 5, and with Game 6 on the road, Curtis Joseph didn't allow a single point.
Kirk winds up. There's the shot, the rebound. Flips it through for Foot. Foot throws it in front. Forward from Aronov. The hammer. Look, there's the shot. Big save by Waugh.
Cujo was in shutdown mode, but the real test came in Game 7. And with Joe Sakic winding up on an open net, Cujo was flat on the ice and still made one of the greatest saves in NHL history.
Chance in front. Oh, what a save by the stick. Curtis Joseph got the pedal down on that one. He was out of position and rallied back to make the incredible save to keep it 3-0.
Cujo did the supernatural, but we've hit the top 3. And these goal line saves are mind-blowing, because Dominik Hasek put up the craziest playoff numbers for a goalie ever. I mean, the Sabres season was on the line in Game 6 of the 1994 playoffs. And even though the New Jersey Devils were throwing everything at the net, Hasek transformed into a brick wall. Hasek was going to need the best game of his life, because Martin Brodeur was doing the spectacular. Fans were witnessing one of the greatest goalie duels in NHL history. So the game was scoreless through regulation. And once overtime started, Hasek was in the zone.
Off the side, rebound, save. Hasek gets the rebound. Sends it out in front. Carpenter tries to jam it in. Across the line is Bobby Holik. Fokker in pursuit of the big bull. Leaving it in front. McLean shot. The goaltending has been outstanding. 3 saves on shot. Oh, the hand of Hasek. Oh, with Tursky. Long shot blocked by Hasek. Schmelik trying to get into position. Here's Niedermayer's shot. Save. Hasek, and he covers up.
4 overtimes. Hasek robbed souls until he reached an NHL playoff record of 70 saves. And finally, the Sabres forced Game 7. But at number 2, Marc-Andre Fleury saved the Stanley Cup. Look, the Penguins already suffered a heartbreak to the Red Wings in 2008. So for the entire 2009 season, revenge was on their minds. And it would take everything for them to reach Game 7 of the 2009 Stanley Cup Finals. Now, Marc-Andre Fleury had already made huge saves all night.
With one that it lights. Center picked up. Fleury stopped that.
He was holding the line strong, but it would get harder, because midway through the second period, Sidney Crosby's knee crumbled.
And Crosby hunched over, apparently hurt on this play, and he will try to get to the bench.
My knee got caught when he hit me and just kind of got my side of the leg stuck on the boards.
Their Hall of Fame player and captain couldn't carry them any further. A post away from altering history, but with just 6.5 seconds left, Nicholas Lidstrom was wide open.
When he gets the shot off, it's like suspended animation. You can kind of feel everybody.
Fleury only had one emotion to describe it.
I said, oh shit, when I knew that.
Fair enough.
Oh, sorry, guys. The rebound went far and I saw Lidstrom coming in, but I got a piece of it, so I was really happy.
And took home their first Stanley Cup. And Ovi went on the party even wilder. Hope he made a save crazy enough to change a legacy.